Hey guys, so here is my recap for the day. Um, my bias was correct going into the morning. I was short bias. I thought yesterday could have been a rest day. Problem was I, I, I would have felt very strong on the short side, but I didn't I didn't get an early enough entry, and so once it started dumping, it just started dumping. And so what I did wrong was once it started dumping, started looking at really not great locations and started looking at sort of the 30-second chart. I managed my risk pretty decent. But then after a couple of losses, it just kind of spiraled. So note to self: don't use the 30-second chart because even though I used it yesterday and it worked, honestly, I leveled into that area, so I was happy with the general location premise. So looking at it from a where it could bounce on a 30-second chart is not ideal. So, anyways, let's recap. So, where could I have gotten in short, right? So I would say there were two spots to open the morning. Here was the first spot. So this here's a breaker. As we kind of hit this key level, we rotate up. I'm looking at seeing if we hold here. We don't, but as we continue to drop here, this would have been a great sort of stab with a stop just being like right here, 2 point stop. You know what I mean? And then just sort of targeting this area. So could have taken off here and then off here. They left one to run here, which ultimately would have been stopped out. So that was one idea that I had in real time. The other one was so I'm short bias. So once I see this bounce, I'm thinking I'm looking for a sign of where it could roll over. In hindsight, this was a sign right here on the 2 minute, as you can see here. I don't know where. Oh, here we go. On the 2 minute, there is an inverse fair value gap right here. So in theory, this is prior day low. So in theory, enter right here and stop just above this high, which if we crack here, we're probably coming up to like here, or even here. So that was really the best entry because once it starts, coming down, it basically doesn't stop and it just bleeds all the way into the morning and into the afternoon. Um, Trying to see here. Yeah, this is the news candle over here. And then the other place that I was looking to get long was right here was the sweep of that as you can see on that. Let's just switch this to the hourly. Here's the sweep. This would have been my final target for the short. And so we bounced perfectly here. I think this was 50, I want to say 5600 on SPX, and this got a decent bounce that ultimately failed right over here. So the bounce was good. I was happy with that execution. I think, especially given the you know the trajectory of this, if there was one place that was going to pause, this would have been it. Although even this was super risky. But again, you get in at 53 and stop. If you haven't taken a trade, you put like 6 or 7 point stop below, and you're wrong. Anyways, and so that was the other trade. Another place where would have been great to get onside short, but then outside of the fib, I didn't really have any kind of there's no fair value gap. There was no I guess you could say it was the top of the order block. It would have been right basically here. So as we kind of hit we revisit this original drop from here, this would have been the spot right here. And that was it. So basically, long, short, well, short, long, short. And that's it.